Why hello there beautiful people, welcome back to Crayniaq Gaming. We're back with the Mavericks MyLeague series here on NBA 2K20. If you guys enjoy this video and you want to see more of the series, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit the sub button if you're new as well. Also make sure you guys turn your notifications on to join the notification gang. That way, every time I upload a video, you guys will be notified. And we gonna keep it rolling here as we take on the San Antonio Spurs, our in-state rivals. Both of us are 17-12 on the season, still fighting for playoff position early on in the season. They are a little beaten up, unfortunately, as DeJounte Murray won't be playing in this game. I forget what injury he did have, but I know he wasn't playing in this game. So Derek White will get the start at point guard for them. We'll talk more about their starting lineup, but as you can see, we got a little surprise at the center position. We got former Sacramento State standout Shawn Brock starting at center for the Spurs. I did mention that Brock made it to the league as well, alongside Nelson Evans, who of course plays for the Mavericks. But Brock on the season, 6.7 points per game, about 8 rebounds per game, and he's averaging a block per game as well. Not a very good field goal percentage for him, just 31%. But here we go, Spurs versus Mavericks, the rivalry renewed as we take a look at the starting lineup here. And of course, Derek White starting for DeJounte Murray. They also got Lonnie Walker, DeMar DeRozan, LaMarcus Aldridge, and Shawn Brock. Doncic, Evans, Anthony Porzingis, and Boban starting for us. So let's get into the action. Lonnie Walker with a nice double move on Nelson Evans to get the first bucket of the game. Spurs take an early 2-0 lead. And then Doncic going to pull up from the wing, hits a three to give the Mavericks a lead right back at about the 10-minute mark. And now here's DeRozan pulling up from the wing, and he hits a three. That's not something you see DeRozan do very often, but he hits a three there. It's 5-3, and then Doncic with a long-range two ties the ball game up at 5. So we're neck and neck early on in this game. Porzingis misses the turnaround jumper, and then Boban puts it right back in with authority. Now later on, we're tied at 9, and a nice little bucket there by Doncic. Later on, we'd be up by 4 points under 6 minutes to go. DeRozan with a nice pump fake there. He's going to cock back and dunk it as the Spurs pull within 2 now. Now we're at the 5-minute mark. Delon Wright going to drive inside, gets the layup and the foul. Aldridge called for his second foul of the game so far as we're up by 5 now. Under 5 minutes to go. Bellinelli off balance, no good. Rebounded by Jakob Poeltl. And Poeltl gets the layup there. That's how his last name's actually pronounced, by the way. Poeltl, not Poeltl, as some people say. It's Poeltl as they get a layup there to make it a 1-point game. Now Bellinelli going to pull it for 3, no good. Rebounded by Poeltl. Poeltl back up with it, and he gives the Spurs the lead back. It's 19-18. Later on, here's Doncic inside to Porzingis, and he's going to get a layup to give the Mavericks the lead right back. Now, waning moments of the first quarter, a big block by Kristaps Porzingis. And then here's Porzingis, waning seconds, going to pass it over to Brunson in the corner. He hits a 3 to end the first quarter. Mavericks go up by 4 as we enter the second now. And now here's Rudy Gay getting blocked. Gets his own rebound, goes back up with it. No good. Rebounded by Patty Mills. And he tried to put it back up, but the shot clock expired on him. But later on in the second quarter, pull-up jumper by Derek White goes in and good. And we're tied at 29. But now here's Brunson going to lay it up. Nice drive there to give the Mavericks the lead right back. Now a 2-point lead for the Mavericks. Here's Melo backing down DeMar Carroll on the low post, and he's going to get a nice little hook shot to go in. And we have a 4-point lead. Here's Evans from the wing. A little jab step gets DeRozan off him, and Evans drains the 3. Giving the Mavericks a 7-point lead. Now it's just a 5-point lead. Walker misses a 3 there. Brock with the rebound, and Brock going to go back up with it, and it's good. Boban called for the foul, and it's 40-38 after the free throw by Brock. Now a big block there by Melo. Now the Mavericks in transition. Here comes Doncic running the baseline, and he lays it up, and good. And it's a 4-point Mavericks lead now. Now here's a pass inside to Brock. He just overpowers Boban there and gets an easy layup to make it a 2-point game. Here's White. Passes inside to DeRozan, and another big dunk. Ties the ball game up at 42. 4.5 minutes to go. Aldridge for 3, no good. Rebounded by Brock. He's going to get another bucket and gets another foul. The Brock-ness monster looking really good in the second quarter. Now here's Porzingis pulling up from the corner, no good. Rebounded by Evans and a sea of Spurs, and Evans gets the bucket there to make it a 2-point deficit now for the Mavericks. And then Evans gets a little separation thanks to Boban, and he's able to make the deep 2. Foot was on the line. So it's still a 2-point game. And DeRozan going to drive right by Doncic for another big dunk. Doncic is really struggling defensively as he has been all season. Doncic going to pull it from the wing for 3, and then off-balance 3 goes in. Doncic just makes the tough shots look so easy. And time winding down, and another deep 3, and he drains it again. And that's going to give the Mavericks a 2-point lead in the waning moments of the second quarter. And then Aldridge going to get blocked by Porzingis. And Porzingis pulls up from half court. Nearly goes in, but no good. But the Mavericks go into the half up 52-50 in a very closely contested first half. Shawn Brock, 7 points, 11 rebounds. Doncic, 15 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. 19 blocks for the Mavericks, but the Spurs dominating rebounds, 34-21 in their favor as we begin the second half. And Melo going to drive in, vintage Carmelo Anthony, going right to the paint. And now the Mavericks take a 54-52 lead after the Spurs had tied it earlier. But then, I don't even know what that defense was, but Lonnie Walker gets right to the bucket to tie the game up. And then here's Derek White getting stuffed by Porzingis again. Porzingis having a big game, block-wise at least, as he backs down a defender. I mean, that's just way too easy. DeMar DeRozan just has no business guarding in the paint there as Porzingis gets a bucket to give the Mavericks the lead back. And then an off-balance shot by DeRozan ties the game back up at 56. Doncic gets a little separation, misses the 3, rebounded by Maxi Kleber, and a beautiful layup there, underhanded, and it gives the Mavericks a 2-point lead back. Now here's Aldridge getting a little separation for Porzingis with the step back, and he makes the bucket to tie it up at 58. And now here's White running the baseline, getting an easy bucket there as Evans just lost sight of him there. Now just over 8 minutes to go, a nice 3 there by Seth Curry, the younger brother of Steph, obviously. And then Seth again for 3, drains it again. That's 2 straight 3s that gives the Mavericks a 4-point lead. And then a 3 no good, rebounded by Pirtle again. And then Pirtle goes back up with it and good. So both of these centers really dominating the glass in this game as Jalen Brunson shoots a 3, and it rolls in for him to give the Mavericks a 3-point lead yet again. But that wouldn't last very long as Gay going to pass inside to Pirtle, who gets the bucket there to make it a 1-point lead for the Spurs. Midway through the third quarter, Doncic going to pull up for 3, drains it, and that gives the Mavericks the lead right back, 70-68 now. And now here's Porzingis, going to take a step back, hits the deep 2, perfect release there, and it's 72-68. Spurs get another bucket, though, to make it 72-70. Now a little pick and roll action. Porzingis going to lay it up, and good. Beautiful pass from Jalen Brunson makes it a 4-point game. Now a 6-point game. DeMarre Carroll gets blocked from behind by Kleber. And now the Mavericks in transition. Here comes Tim Hardaway Jr. He's going to reward Kleber with a nice bucket there. And it's an 8-point lead for the Mavericks. Now just a 6-point lead under a minute to go. Brock against Boban again. Gets Boban to jump, and Brock has an easy lane to the bucket. Surprised he didn't dunk that one. But it's a 4-point game now. DeRozan going up against Hardaway. Gets the bucket and the foul. And that's a rough way to end the first quarter for the Mavericks as it's 82-81 into the third quarter. And the Spurs would very early take the lead right back as Aldridge dunks it there. And now a big turnover there by Boban. Leads to Rudy Gay getting a bucket over the head of Evans to make it a 3-point Spurs lead. Now later on in the fourth, pass inside to Gay again. Evans just loses sight of him. And it's a 5-point lead for the Spurs now. Under 10 minutes to go. Aldridge against Boban this time. And he gets the friendly roll. And it's a 7-point lead for the Spurs. They're starting to blow the Mavericks out of the water as another big dunk. As Evans just cannot stay with Gay in this one. And it's a 9-point lead. Brock with the rebound and the bucket and the foul. And now the Spurs up by double digits, their largest lead of the game so far. A 12-point lead. And then Brock going to get another bucket, going back to the line after another foul. This time by his college teammate Evans. It's a 15-point lead for the Spurs as they're just pulling away now. A 17-point lead. As the Spurs are just running a rough shot over the Mavericks in the fourth quarter. I don't even know what happened, to be honest with you. But Evans going to shoot a 3 here, drains it, and that slows down the bleeding a little bit. It's now just a 12-point game. But then Derek White finds his way to the paint, makes it a 14-point game yet again. But then Melo going to turn the ball over here. Brock with the steal, and now DeRozan with a wide-open lane to the bucket, slams it down yet again. And honestly, it's just looking real ugly from here. Hardaway going to hit a 3, and he makes it a 10-point game, but that's as close as the Mavericks would get, as DeRozan wide open for 2, sinks the mid-range jumper, and again it's a 10-point game, and later on a big block there by Boban, but DeRozan gets his own rebound and puts it back up, and that's pretty much all she wrote. The Spurs would walk away with a 119-107 victory after a huge fourth quarter from Rudy Gay, from DeMar DeRozan, from Shawn Brock. The Spurs just ultimately dominated in the fourth quarter. As we look at the final stats, Doncic with 20 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals, 8 for 17 from the field. Tim Hardaway Jr. had 14 points in this one. Porzingis had 7 blocks to go along with 12 points. Evans, Melo, Boban really didn't score a whole lot. Seth Curry probably should have got more minutes. He had 8 points, had those 2 big threes as well. But DeMar DeRozan, the big story in this one, 26 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. He absolutely dominated the Mavericks in this one. Derek White had 19 points. Shawn Brock with 17 points, 21 rebounds in this one. So he gets another double-double. Did have a block and 2 steals as well, as the Spurs just dominate the Mavericks in the fourth quarter and route to the victory. So now the Spurs move in front of the Mavericks as far as the playoff position goes. I'm not sure exactly where the position was. I actually forgot because I recorded this a while ago, to be completely honest with you guys. But the Spurs have a better record than us, so they're ahead of us, obviously. So now we're going to sim a couple of games, and while we're simming these games, first one against the Warriors, which we'd end up losing, as you're going to see in just a moment. I'm going to be playing more games per video, or actually putting more games into these videos. I probably won't show the simcast. I'll just show you the final stats of these games that we play from here on out, just to expedite the season a little bit more. I have kind of fallen behind on this series as compared to like my other contemporaries like FG, Octi, and everybody else who's doing a MyLeague series. People in this community, but still doing them. And I just kind of feel like I've kind of fallen behind, so I just want to catch up. I want to get into the playoffs as soon as possible. Maybe we'll show the playoffs next week. I haven't played all the games leading up to the playoffs yet, and as the season moves along, if we get in a situation where we're fighting for a playoff spot late in the season, or fighting for playoff position late in the season, what I'll probably do is, like, you know, towards the end of March, or even the beginning of March, like just maybe in March, I'll play some of these games. I'll like simcast up to like maybe the third or fourth quarter, probably the fourth quarter, and just play the fourth quarter of some of these games just to see if we can make a late push into the playoffs, because I don't want to just, like, you know, straight up lose out on the playoffs late in the season without actually having a chance to change it or anything. So let me know what your thoughts about that. Do you guys want to see me expedite the season a little bit? Do you want me to do 1 game per video like I had been doing? Do you want me to do a couple of games per video? Are you guys cool with me kind of expediting the series starting in March, where I just play the fourth quarter of some of these games? Let me know in the comments section, and let me know how you think I should handle the playoffs as well. Should I play parts of every game? Should I play the entirety of every game? Should I maybe play game 1, sim game 2 and 3, and then play game 4, and then play every elimination game? Because that's what I was thinking about doing. Or I could do what FG did for his Suns series that he did for NBA Live 19. Like, I could just play the fourth quarter of all these games. Let me know in the comment section what you guys want me to do as far as the playoffs go. But anyways, that's going to be the end of the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you guys hit that like button if you want to see more of the Mavericks MyLeague series. Hit the sub button if you're new as well. And also make sure you guys turn your notifications on, join the notification gang. That way, every time I upload a video, you'll be notified. And if you guys like what I do in the channel and you want to support me in a more personal way, definitely consider becoming a patron. The link's going to be in the description as always. Donations, patronage, or anything like that are never required for me to do what I do, but they're always very much appreciated. And even just $1 a month helps me out exponentially as far as improving the channel. But overall, I'm just so glad you guys are here watching this video, and I really appreciate you guys coming out and supporting me. You guys have yourselves a wonderful rest of your day and whenever you're watching this. And like I always say, guys, no matter what happens, make sure you keep that mofo rolling. And I'm out of here. Deuces.
God, they tryna turn me to a monster. Every year I'm a conquer. Okay, see, I bring the thunder. Walking in humble, I leave Muhammad. Sting you like Bumble. Running with pride, 10 over. Eyes to a bliss, I don't fumble blind.